Hold on,
Bro,
wait.
people.
We might be live. Oh,
Fuck, dude.
I
God,
saved you. I
God damn
saved
it.
you. You were gonna
Good
say,
thing I was gonna say some fucked up shit. Good thing I held my tongue.
oh boy, that was close. That was very close.
Would have been
I
fun
thought you
though.
were gonna say, weren't you gonna say something about my beautiful painting in the background over my left shoulder?
Yeah,
My
dude.
left, your, well, it's still your, is it your left? I don't know. What
No,
does it
it's
look
my
like to you?
right. It's my right. It's the audience's right. No, dude, I was gonna say, like, it looks like you painted that picture, and I wanted to name you Frito. The
That's right. You
the
said that, and I still
the
don't know who that.
well, Frito's the artist formerly known as Justin. You just don't know it yet.
Wouldn't I be the artist formerly known as Frito? What are we talking about,
I don't fucking know,
Dan?
dude. We're talking about
Dan.
the D-backs losing.
That's what I was going to
Again,
say. We should talk about the D-backs because this is an episode of not trademarked or copyrighted Diamond Talk, right?
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Right?
Episode 2 of Diamond Talk. Hey, you know what, man? It's a free world. We can name our podcast whatever the fuck we want. It's like we're making money off of it. If somebody has a problem with it.
No. It's funny you say that because we're definitely not. And I decided one podcast where we don't make money was not enough. We had to do
Let's
two.
do 2. Yeah. Yeah.
That's means we're making twice as nothing. Dan,
Hey,
Diamondbacks.
weren't you guys making like $20 a month at one point or some shit like that?
Yeah, bro. It's funny because we got paid by Vox Media for a few years, but they were always very kind of like sporadic amounts. And if I'm being completely honest, there's probably a stack of undeposited checks about that tall laying around my house somewhere. That
Nice.
we won't talk details about what that amounted to. I will say there was a period of time though when they started upping a little bit because Paul and I were basically piggybacking off of Sun's jam session because we were all within the same feed, right? And I was like, but hey, you know what happened though? So if I'm not mistaken, the 1 year that we did that, I think it might have been the finals run year even. But regardless, do you remember when Voida and Lissy would do like the live pods like at different locations during the playoffs? Do you remember that at all? I don't know if you ever went to
Yeah.
those. I went with
Yeah, we did. We did.
Paul.
No,
Did you?
I was
Okay.
there. Yeah,
You
when
were,
we it was when we clinched against the Nuggets.
yeah.
Yeah, at Four
So
Peaks.
yes, exactly. I totally
Yeah,
lost my
me
train of
and
thought. What was
my
I talking?
now ex-wife went with my daughter.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I think I kissed Saul on the cheek that day and that was the first time I met him.
Well,
He
that's
didn't.
fucking weird.
I'm a weird guy. I mean, that seems like something I would
That's
do,
fucking
right?
weird. Yeah.
I mean, I had met him, just not like in person. But
You
anyway,
know,
point being, I don't know what my point was.
I don't know either. You got paid by Vox Media apparently for,
Oh, so that was the season that we got like our checks upped a little bit. They were deposit worthy.
yeah.
And I remember we were closing out our tab that day, and the waiter brought like the check to me, like thought it was all in one, and I was like, you know what? And I'm like, they deserve this because they the money I'm paying right now, I made off of them anyway, so I paid for it. Seemed like it like I feel like back then it was like, oh, that was nice of Justin, but ultimately I was just doing what I thought was necessary to even out the universe.
Hey, Bub, you paid it forward. That's what
Look
I
at
call
that.
paying it forward.
We pulled back the
It's all
curtain
right,
a little
dude.
bit there.
It's all right.
So
The
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 Diamondbacks,
Dimebacks, though.
Daniel, is there anywhere that you want to start? Because if there's nowhere that you want to start in particular, I've got a question for you right off the bat.
There is somewhere I want to start.
Oh, you do it.
What the fuck is going on with Arizona sports? Is this a loop we're stuck in? Because I feel like I'm reliving the fucking Sun season all over again. This is exactly what happened to the fucking Suns, dude. Literally. One step
I mean,
forward, 2 steps back. all the fucking time, right? Some coaching
Yeah,
mistakes here and there, right?
I'll say it.
Injuries.
Yeah,
Like fuck, man. People
it it feels worse though with the Diamondbacks almost.
it does. Well, because baseball's different, right? Baseball, I feel like baseball, it's like it's more like with baseball, it crumbles more like from the inside. I guess you could say it's like a slow fucking crumble, right?
Right,
You
right,
get one pitcher goes down, your closer goes down, somebody in the bullpen gets hurt, somebody in the middle of the lineup goes out for a week, and it's just it like the fucking infrastructure just starts to fucking crumble a little bit until it's gonna fucking break, right? Which is
right.
what's happening with the Suns. It was just like, God, we actually suck, and it was kind of more like it was more linear, I guess you could say, with the Suns than with the D-backs.
Yeah, because it feels like with the Diamondbacks, and again, maybe it is just a matter of it being with baseball because you've got more players, you've got more games, et cetera, et cetera. But it's like, okay, Corbin's hurt. Okay.
Mhm.
Dre's hurt. Okay. Justin Martinez. Like, why is everybody getting fucking Tommy John? How about that? Like that's the
Oh,
question that I have.
was that
And
where you're gonna lead with? Was that where you're gonna lead with?
was
Was
that
it?
what I was going to lead with? I'll tell you. Yes, it was. I thought about naming the episode "Our Pets' Heads Keep Falling Off," but I didn't know if anybody would get that. But
Oh,
like I
dude,
feel like
you
our
have to get
pitchers'
that.
arms keep falling off, right?
Yeah.
You'd say you'd have to get that. But what was I listening to this morning? Oh, I was listening to 98.7 this morning, and I'm going to say this because I
KUPD,
think
huh? Oh, not 87. No, sorry. Wrong
it's
one.
97.9, right?
97.9. You're
97.9.
right. Yeah, 97.9
But
KUPD.
98.7 Arizona Sports. Arizona Sports. They don't say it like KUPD. How about
It's in the
that?
game.
Dude, it's so funny. I used to drive the kids like when God, this is 4 years ago now. When I would actually drive both kids to school at the same time, like that was the thing. I mean, like they would both say that and be like, "It's in the game" or whatever it is. Maybe it's not. It's in the
That's
game.
great.
Like, oh, it was Arizona Sports Station or whatever. Anyway,
Well, it's in the game
uh,
is it's in the game is EA
is
Sports. It's in the
right.
game.
That's it exactly.
I was making a joke. Sorry, I confused you.
Um, you did. It's not hard to do sometimes. But I feel like our pitchers' arms keep falling off. I think that's where we started with this, right?
Um,
Oh no, the 98.7 thing. So ADD. I'm sorry. Uh they're talking about today being Babu Bonilla Day, right?
oh,
And
Bobby Bonilla
and
Day. Yesterday, not today.
was it yesterday? Okay, and
July 1st.
the
Till
the
2030 fucking 5, by the way. He's
right,
got 10 more. Whoo! God damn it. Oh, fuck. I should have been
and
a
it was
fucking
a
baseball player.
and it was an act like his contract was actually like $8 million, right? 8 million, and they've
It was $5.6 million. And the reason they did this was because they had the great Bernie fucking Madoff,
made
and they
off
thought that Bernie Madoff was gonna fucking quadruple, quintuple, whatever the fuck his salary, and that they were gonna be better off for it in the long run. And then Bernie Madoff went to jail, I think, or he killed himself. One of the two.
both, right?
I don't. I mean,
No, Bernie Madoff was a gigantic Ponzi scheme, dude.
yeah, dude, he's
I
crazy.
killed himself, murdered. I don't remember, but I'm quite certain dead. Regardless, yeah, that didn't work out well. Hey, but you know what? I will tell you, Dan, you're right.
But good
Remember,
for Bobby Bonilla.
Iron Limited. If you want to quadruple your money, sorry, plugging my favorite stock. Anyway, Bobby Bonilla, no, for sure, good for him. But point being, the producer of must be Bickley and Murata because I was driving into the office and I forget his
Jared
name.
Carlin.
No, it was Sammy, like the dude that does like the one. What was
I
the
don't know.
girl that
I
used
don't.
to
I
do
haven't.
like the Jared Carlin has more involvement. They have like their producer guy that chimes in every now and then and does the updates at breaks and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
he
Shout
was
out to
he
him,
was he
whoever he
was
is.
mentioning Bobby Bonilla Day, but he goes Bobby Bonilla. He goes, how do you pronounce that? And like Bickley had to be like
Excuse me?
Bonilla, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute, bro, because if you look
Whoa.
I'm assuming it's like a youth thing because the
No,
kid
no,
he was
no,
like 25. Yeah, it's dumb.
no, no. But you work in sports, you got to know that shit. That's unacceptable, unacceptable. I was gonna say inexcusable, and I was gonna say unacceptable at the same time, and I say unacceptable.
But you said it so
That's
emphatically. That's like
that's unex
that
that's
Simpsons episode when he's like, "Where nothing can, where nothing can what? It's impossible." So I lost my train of thought. He's like, "Nothing can ever possibly go wrong," and then he's like, "That's the first thing that's ever gone wrong." I don't remember what happened.
I don't know. I don't know, dude. But anyway, it's inexcusable and unacceptable. That's some bullshit right there. You're fucking kidding me? You work in sports media, dude.
Yeah. Well, okay, chill, calm down. Like that's not
No,
you don't
that
need to get
pisses me the
this
fuck
upset.
off.
He goes,
God damn it. Somebody got a
"My bad."
fucking someone went to ASU and all of a sudden they get to fucking just be on the radio and say dumb shit. Sorry.
It's a Simpsons episode where the guy goes, "Nothing could possibly go wrong," and he's like, "That's the first thing that has ever gone wrong." Anyway, okay. So,
I
Dan,
like
why do we
that.
keep getting
That's clever.
hurt? It is clever, isn't it? Simpsons
It
are always
really
clever.
is. Oh yeah, they are. Dude, me and you have had text conversations about this. The Diamondbacks fired their pitching coach last season.
Right.
They hired Brian Kaplan. And since Brian Kaplan took over as pitching coach, we now have literally every single fucking pitcher on our staff has either regressed or their fucking arm fell off or their ass broke in the case of Montez Deoka or whatever what is sorry, what his name respectfully, whatever his name is. Who was like out for the season with like a lower back issue. I'm like,
I feel like I missed
that's
that somehow, but
yeah, he literally like threw one inning, he killed it, and they were like, he's out for the season. It's like, well, that lasted. But like my thing is like I that makes absolutely no fucking sense. Like
right.
it can't be coincidence that Justin Martinez, Corbin Burns, AJ Puck, um, Jordan Montgomery, who else?
Gosh, I didn't think about Puck and Montgomery. Isn't Puck supposed
Yeah,
to be
dude.
back soon, or no? He got hurt when he
No,
was.
he's got Tommy John, dude.
Yeah, yeah. My bad.
Yeah, yeah. Justin Martinez, like all these fucking guys are getting Tommy John. It's to the point where I'm like, hey, I'm not saying it's all on fucking Brian Kaplan, but you got to start somewhere. Guess what? If somebody's in charge of raking the fucking leaves in the front of your house, they don't get raked ever. Guess what? The leaf raker's getting fucking fired. So if we got guys getting hurt left and right, we got guys regressing. Zach Gallen, I don't know who the fuck that guy is. Even Merrill Kelly's regressed. Brandon Fott, why the fuck did we give him money if he's
Brandon
pitching like
Fought looked good
this?
like the first three starts of the season, and then has been garbage.
Yeah, and then ate shit has been eating shit for the rest of the time. He's been like one of the worst pitchers. You know who's been our best pitcher over, or I guess tied the 1A, 1B best pitchers the last fucking 2 months? Ryan Nelson, Eduardo Rodriguez, dude.
Ryan Nelson has been solid through another.
He's been
Was
fantastic.
that last night he started?
Night before.
No,
Last
two
night was
nights
Gallen.
ago. Yeah, because Zach
Yeah.
Gallen had an
Zach
actually
Gallen.
good game
Again,
last night.
fantastic. Yeah.
7 innings, 2 earned
10,
runs, 10
10
strikeouts, if I
strikeouts.
remember
Yeah.
correctly.
That's great. We should have bet him.
Pitching like a guy who actually wants to get a contract this offseason.
Yeah. Hey, put a pin in that because I want to come back to that shit.
Okay.
Because I have a question
will
for you.
in that. Okay.
But
I mean, go on. Yes. Sorry.
yeah, it's been Ryan Nelson and Eduardo Rodriguez because dude, Erod's been solid for 3, 4 straight starts now. And I know he went on the injured list, the IL, and yeah, I guess that is injured list, huh? And stupid ass. Um, but yeah, since he's been back, he's been pretty solid, man. So it's like it's everything, dude. Like the fucking pitchers with Tommy John, Drake Jameson. You see that? I texted you about that today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's now out
It
as well.
sounds like he's probably headed towards a second Tommy John, unfortunately. Is that his third?
And is that like at what point do you just not? I mean, not have the surgery, but not like when is coming back no longer an option, or you just like accept that it's not going to happen? You know,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's ever been anybody with that's come back from three Tommy John surgeries. And
I'm looking right now.
I'll be honest, I don't know if this is Dre's first or second or third. I know he had one already.
Second, he
This is the
had one
second?
in 20. Yeah, dude, 22. It's only 2 years ago. He had it.
Oh, dude, that's
2023.
you remember Daniel Hudson?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he had two. And he came back. He's a pretty solid reliever too.
he was
I mean, he
solid.
won
He
well,
was.
he won two World Series. He won a World Series with the Nationals and then the Dodgers too, I
That's
believe.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Um,
it's not the not career ending, but not great, I guess you could say.
yeah. No, it's certainly not. And I'm just looking at stats here. You're right. I'm looking at Erod, and he has been very solid. His last one, two, three, four, 5 starts in particular, really since he came back from that little stint, out. Last 5 starts, one earned run, no earned runs, one earned run, two, two. That's the kind of stuff that you need out of more than just
Yeah, dude.
one or two of your starters, right?
Yeah,
Um,
and I mean,
and
he's supposed to be your number four starter too. So like, that's you're getting that out of your number four starter. You're fucking in good shape, dude. The bad thing is one, two, and three have been a fucking shit show, right?
right, right, which is well not to be expected, of course.
Yeah.
But and goddamn, dude, Corbin was looking so good till he went down too,
Oh, I know.
right? Like that was one of the things where you were looking at the team, seeing how Corbin was pitching, and then seeing how Gallen was pitching, and knowing that Gallen was nothing like the Zach Gallen we're used to seeing, and just thinking, well, shit, if he turns the corner, then that's the 1-2 punch we were expecting to be getting. Well, now we're maybe Zach Gallen will turn the corner, maybe he won't, but we're sitting with about half of that punch. I just knocked my water over. I was very close. Um, but again, dude,
Huh?
Ryan Nelson pitching great as well. His last 4 starts. Yesterday, like I said, 2 days ago, 2 earned runs against the Giants, one against the White Sox, one against Toronto, 0 against San Diego. Before that, 7 at Cincinnati. But let's not worry about that little guy. We're only talking about the last 4 starts. So
Yeah.
again, yeah, those two guys have been keeping the Diamondbacks, really kind of afloat as they've been struggling with these injuries. And well, they're going to have to continue to struggle with the injuries because, well, they're not going away with respect to the dudes that are
Hmm.
out for an extended period of time.
Yeah. I gotta. I want to run something by you real quick.
Please do.
Corbin Burns, Tommy John, right? When he answered free agency, and I know this because of I my favorite baseball podcast, Baseball is Dead, with Jared Carrabis and Dallas Braden. I
Yeah.
encourage everybody to go check that out. Great fucking podcast, dude. Great fucking podcast. Um, when the D-backs signed Corbin Burns, their concern was his spin rate, velocity was down a little bit, strikeout rate. They kind of saw a trend, right? So
Mhm.
do you think that that's maybe something that D-backs should have looked at instead of been like, hey, he's just kind of a different type of pitcher? Should
Like,
they have
should that
been
have been a
like like forewarning, like, hey man, like this guy's slowly declining and it's not normal because he's under 30 or in his early 30s? Like I
I
maybe maybe I'm overthinking it honestly, but like I'm like fuck man, that's too much of a coincidence to be like, oh, this is down, this is down, this is down, and now like Tommy John. Like I'd love to see a trend to see like what pitchers like the pitchers that, hey, your velocity's down, your spin rate's down, your strikeouts per nine is down, like where like and then like how many of those pitchers or were hurt or had Tommy
Right.
John surgery? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I guess my question to that would be in terms of velocity being down, spin rate being down, etc. Was there a discussion in which like Corbin says, "Well, this is by design. I'm doing this differently, or I'm doing this
Mm.
differently," or was it just a natural regression? Because if it's I'm doing this on purpose because it's going to perhaps preserve me. Well, A, it didn't work, but B, I think they would probably look at that and be like, okay, well, that seems sensible. But what I would say is I think you can sit here and kind of think about that hindsight being 2020, but let's remember, dude, he was
Oh
fucking
yeah.
pitching great. So it's like
Oh yeah. He was
I don't
great. Yeah.
like if all that stuff was down, it didn't look problematic until it was.
Yeah.
It's like Monty
Yeah. And
Williams. Monty was great until he wasn't. Corbin
yeah.
looked great till he wasn't.
Yeah. And like it's just like something I was thinking about the other day because I'm just like, okay, like because I remembered, those podcasts I listened to, and like it's you hear about that, like D-backs signed Corbin Burns, and you hear about the pros and the cons, and I just remember listening to that and being like, okay, everything's down, this is down, this is down. Now he needs Tommy John. So I say that, and I don't even know if I should even say this, but I look at that, and then I look at Zach Gallen's regression, and I'm like,
It's like
something up
that.
with his arm.
I hear you. Well, I mean, I guess as I have not paid any attention to this, but is Gallon's velocity down? Is any of that stuff?
Mm. Yep.
Well, not to
Well,
sound not to sound trite or insensitive, but the odds are he's not going to be on our team next year, right?
oh
So
shit, dude. Let the pin.
I'd put a pin
Remember,
in it.
you
Do
did.
we want to go? Are we back to? Should we go back to the pin now?
Let's go back to the pin about Zach Gallen. Is okay. Is this the biggest contract year fumble since Dennis Schroeder?
Well, I mean, Dennis Schroeder, though, if I remember correctly, he would just kind of took the "I'm going to bet on myself" approach, and
Yeah,
nobody took the bet. Uh,
that's true. That's
Zach Allen's just like bad, right?
shitting the bed. Yeah, dude.
I want it. Did I see something that he has like the third highest ERA among starting pitchers with like how many
Hmm.
innings? Like it's
It's
beyond
bad.
me.
He's been
Yeah.
one of the worst starting pitchers in baseball,
But then
which
again,
sucks because he's a super nice guy. Super nice guy.
and his
Um,
so solid.
let's shout super nice guy. Shout out Dave King, rest in peace, because he would say that. Um,
He would. He would.
super nice guy. But you know, uh, damn, dude, that sucks. That sucks because honestly, we had talked about it. What at some point last season, we talked about when the Suns got off to not so or not the Suns, the D-backs got off to a not so great start. We talked about, hey, do you trade Gallen because you might not be able to pay him when
Right.
his contract's up. He's a Scott Boras client. Like you're already behind the eight ball with that. Not to say you haven't signed Scott Boras clients before, but and actually I think he fired Scott Boras, didn't he?
I'll
After the Jordan Montgomery thing? Anyway, I could have dreamt that. I don't know. We don't fact check here, but Justin's fact checking anyway. But yeah, dude, like it's so bad. It's so fucking bad that he's literally like, and if you think about it, like there's not that many free agent starting pitchers that are coming up. Like he had a nice market. He could have got himself a Patrick Corbin contract. Think about
right.
that. And he's just not good, man.
He is still represented by Zach Gallen, by Scott Boras.
Okay.
And I'm interested. I'm just looking at potential free agents this upcoming off season
Oh, look at
from
you,
the
Mr.
starting
Researcher.
pitching position. Well, it's nice and easy. Like I don't have to carry the conversation as much as I do
Oh,
on our other one. I feel like, or at least I'm
yeah.
not talking as much. So I look up some
Well,
up. Dylan
Zach
Cease,
Gallen,
that's an interesting name. Zach Gallen,
Merrill
Framber
Kelly.
Valdez, Chris Say option, Lugo option.
Merrill Kelly.
I don't see it. Oh, yep, Merrill Kelly, Nick Martinez, Aaron Savale. There's a long list, but no, I like the top of it. Presumably would be
Dylan
Zach
C.
Gallen, Dylan C. Zach Gallen,
Dylan
right?
C. Zach Gallen. Yeah.
Um,
They would have been the prizes of the free agency
yeah,
class.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, like I said, dude,
still half the season left, I guess.
right, and like we're saying, Zach Gallen had a fantastic game last night. Maybe he turns the corner, and God, the Diamondbacks need him to. But like I texted to you, I think the other day, maybe Zach Gallen just loves Phoenix so much. He's like, well, I don't want to get a contract that's too good to make me leave, so I'll just pitch like shit this year, so I'll stay.
He's like, I can live off 10 mil a year.
He's like, this one's
modest. He's modest.
Yeah, man, I'll just send it out. Like, I want first half of the season, I want to be garbage so I can stay in Arizona. That's the plan right there. That's what it is. I'm gonna go with that. But look, man, like we're saying, is the team needs Zach Gallen to kind of turn that corner, and it needs Ryan Nelson and Eduardo Rodriguez to keep pitching the way they've been pitching, and it needs Brandon Pfaadt to pull his head out of his ass.
Oh, dude, I was just going to say the same thing. Jinx, pinch, pokey, milk, coke.
You didn't say it, though. You were about to, so it doesn't count. Hey-oh. But what I'm saying is, because, look, dude, as much as it feels like this team, like the season has been painful and all of our arms have fallen off. I mean, fuck, dude, even Corbin's hurt. Like, Corbin, not Burns, Corbin, the Corbin, original Corbin.
No, Corbin Burns is Clark. Corbin Burns is Clark, remember? No,
the OC,
Corbin Burns is
You're right.
Corbin Burns is Clark, remember?
Clark. So, but God,
Corbin Carroll, dude. Like, I almost forgot he was hurt. So much other shit has been happening now with this team. It's like, fuck. Oh yeah, Corbin Carroll's fucking hurt. Our MVP's fucking hurt. Or our MVP 1.1 is hurt because Ketel Marte is fucking amazing.
Dude, he's been so good. We'll talk about Ketel too.
Can't believe they fucking lost tonight. Jesus.
You can't.
You're right. You're right.
Although, and it was one of those two where, like, so they tie the game. Ketel ties the game in the ninth, right? Go to extra innings, and
then Gino doesn't win it.
Oh man,
dude,
Gino does not.
Dude, if Gino hits a home run right there, we both win like $2,500 off like a bullshit ass like put together bet at like game time.
Yeah. So
the game had already started.
All of those out there who are not aware, Dan sent me a bet. Yeah, right when the game started. Alec Thomas, Ketel, and Gino home runs. It was a $10 bet to pay $2,600. And dude, you texted me and you're like, oh, of course Alec hits one, and I'm like, yeah, that sucks because Dan had a bet with him and hitting one last night, right?
Yeah, if Alec would have fucking homered yesterday, I would have won $1,300 because I bet him and fucking Jake.
And then so I saw that, and then I got home from the gym, and you texted me Ketel, and I was like, I got into the car, so I knew it was going to the bottom of the nine, so I was like, oh no, and then I was like, oh yes, and then I'm frantically trying to turn the TV on as you also text me that Gino's one batter away. I literally, dude, fucking turned the TV on to watch him strike, like to watch him swing and miss and strike out. I was
dude,
like,
you
cool.
It would have been worse if you would have saw that bat from the beginning, because the very first pitch of the at bat was a 99 mile per hour fastball that he just like was on, and he just felt straight fucking back, dude. He like another centimeter up, that shit's going fucking dead center out, dude. I was like, oh, dude. I was like, we're so due that this might actually fucking happen. But we're still due.
Look, who loves Corbin hitting sixes and taking wickets? Boyd's confusing baseball with
polo.
Cricket. That's the sport that he's referencing. Sixes and wickets. Yes.
Fucking.
I wonder if there's Aussie corpsmen that they're actually fans of that play plays cricket.
No, no, they're they're
Oh,
they're called they're called Conor McGregor, dude. Oh fuck, never mind. He's Irish. Shit.
that was
I feel like that's slightly racist. My bad. Sorry, boy.
Dan's just Dan, this Mexican guy, just offending all the white people everywhere,
Jesus.
confusing the Irish and the Australians. You know, those two races hate each other too. Irish and Australians. It's just
I know,
that's
dude.
terrible.
My service, my fucking maintenance tech is
Oh, I
he's
know, dude. That
like,
guy's
yeah, dude.
amazing.
That guy's awesome.
Oh, oh fuck my.
Oh fuck, my cook.
Oh, literally nobody has
No,
any idea what
but
we're
they don't
talking
say
about right now.
they
It's
don't say they
fantastic.
don't say no, dude. He doesn't say oh fuck my cock. He says oh fuck me cock.
Me,
'Cause
me, me.
he's Irish.
Like a,
Oh,
it's like a pot of gold. Anyway,
oh
so
boy.
so back to the Diamondbacks and these guys needing to come into form, round into form, or stay in form, because as much as it feels like shit has been falling down around us all season, we're still 500, and we're
Hey,
still 2 games out of the Wild.
2.5 maybe. I haven't checked tonight. They did lose,
Three,
so 3.
but still,
Hey,
3 is not a lot of games.
yeah. Hey, Bubba, is this not the fucking 24-25 Suns all over again? Tell me it's not.
You know, no, because I feel like by the midpoint of the season, the sense of any hope was a
Dude,
lot more fleeting
no,
with the
no.
Suns.
I don't
No,
know,
it
man.
was
We
for
did a
me. It was,
podcast.
and
We did a
I'll say.
podcast where you literally were like, if we
Oh, I
get out
know.
of the playing game, could we beat Oklahoma City?
Yeah, no, I know. And I would have the same conversation again now, but that
I
doesn't
know you
mean
would.
that I had less. That doesn't necessarily mean that I had more or equal amount of hope for the Suns as I do for the Diamondbacks.
Fair. That's a fair point.
What I'll say is I if I were to say as I sit here right now, the Diamondbacks can actually make the playoffs, I believe that a hell of a lot more than I would have believed that about the Suns halfway through the
Yeah,
season for the Suns.
that's a fair point. And I feel like obviously, the baseball playoffs are much different, right? I mean,
Yeah,
the Diamondbacks went to the World Series in 23 on 84 wins, dude.
yeah,
84 wins. They won 89 games last season and didn't
and
make the
missed the play
playoffs. Think
because
about
they
that
couldn't
shit.
like one game in the last fucking week.
Yeah, and they lost an 8-run lead to the fucking Brewers in fucking September.
Yeah,
Yeah. Last year was depressing. This year might be a little more, just a little. But call me crazy. Hold on. Hold that pose. No, go back, buddy. Hold that pose. I gotta take a screenshot.
okay,
I'll tell you why later.
okay.
Um,
It's concerning a
fucking
little.
sorry. I'll tell you. It's something. Um, anyway, here I'm call me crazy. I'm a little hopeful.
I I don't think that's crazy.
Is baseball a Mexican dominated sport? I don't know. Is cricket a fucking Australian dominated sport, fucker?
I kind of feel like Boyd is genuinely asking that question.
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with him. Boyd knows I love
Um,
him. It's there's a lot of Hispanics in baseball, Boyd, yes. But
and
it's
it's not
it's
necessarily
very
Mexican,
diverse.
like
Yeah, yeah, not necessarily Mexican.
Dominican, Puerto Ricans, like right. Is that
Yeah,
those are all Hispanic, right?
in fact, not Mexicans. We're good at baseball, but we don't have anybody in the top 50 of all time. I'll just say that. So as far as Latin America goes, there's other countries that are above us,
Now,
but
now wasn't Fernando Valenzuela quite the badass back in the day? He was Mexican, right?
Nah, was he though? Was he that badass, or
I
is he
feel like
just?
here's what I'll say. I feel like I
Uh,
read up on him recently for some reason. I don't remember why, and it was actually quite remarkable. I'm not going to look it up now though.
me and. Oh, he. Don't get me wrong. He had great fucking years, dude. He was a beast. But like, it's funny because like my dad, that's what he always tells. Oh, Fernando Mania, because like he's Mexican, right? Yeah, fine.
That's what it was for Fernando Mania.
Fernando Mania. But I'm like, and then like sometimes like he. Don't get me wrong. He had great years, and rest in peace. Um, but like, actually, didn't he die this year? He just died. That's all. Damn, dude. Fuck, that's crazy. Fucking people dying everywhere. Um, yeah, dude. I just I don't. I guess I don't. Maybe I should look more into it, honestly, because I feel like I'm talking out of my ass right now. But as far as longevity goes, I don't think he really had. I think it was like more of like a flash in the pan. It was more like a like imagine if like Jeremy Lin turned into like fucking Kobe Bryant for like 3 seasons. I feel like
I
that's
feel
what
like
Fernando
I
Mania
feel
was
like
more like.
I feel like Fernando is longer. Well, he was a six-time All-Star.
Okay, fair. But All
He was
Star,
a
Major Leagues.
he was a two-time Silver Slugger award.
Yeah.
How about
Simpler
that?
times when pitchers hit.
His his numbers are tired with the Dodgers. He's a baseball Hall of Famer.
Yeah, yeah, he's a Hall of Fame. Yeah, I just,
I see what you mean though. Like it almost seems like the
I feel like his peak was a lot shorter, if that makes sense.
right. But his overall kind of aura, if you will, was much larger than the career would suggest, kind of thing.
Oh, fuck
Yes,
yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
I
Like
got you.
he created like his that was like they made a whole fucking 30 for 30 about Fernando Mania, man. Like that was a crazy fucking time in baseball. Like don't get me wrong, I'm not I don't want to disrespect the guy. I mean, he's Mexican. Love him, but I much okay, much like a lot different though because I still will not understand the fascination behind this. Vin Scully,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
I
sorry,
mean,
baseball fans. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? That's the gold standard? That's embarrassing. That's
we're
fucking
back.
embarrassing.
We're back to this.
I don't fucking
Uh,
understand that shit, dude. I'm sorry. I do not understand the Vince Scully shit. Also, he called Paul Goldsmith. So yeah.
Boyd now wants to know if Filipinos dominate any sport. Well, there's some level of dominance in the Suns locker room because Jalen Green's part Filipino. I don't know if you guys knew that. That said, we do excel at highlight. I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with that sport. I've actually never seen it played myself. I've
Is
only
that
heard of
is
it.
that
And
is that parkour for Asians?
is that excuse me for Asians? Parkour? Did you say
Parkour?
parkour? Like
Isn't
jumping
that
and stuff?
parkour? Yeah.
No, dude. Like highlight. It's
That's what
you.
it sounds like, man. I'm sorry. It's like high, like you're fucking jumping and shit.
You ever see it? So like I don't know how to describe it. You you see those things like the dog like ball launchers for dogs? Like you can just like fling it and you don't have to actually throw the ball. It just kind of like it's like a little cup and you put the ball in there and you launch it.
Yeah, you're like
You
fucking
basically like throwing that against walls is what I like. You use those to
huh.
throw balls against walls.
Like what David threw at Goliath.
That's a slingshot. I don't know if it's the same thing. Oh my
Is that a
god!
I don't know, dude.
Now I'm looking up
We went
highlight.
we went way the fuck off the rails.
Look at this. Look at the so see that? Can you see that? Like see that big thing? Like
Oh
that's
yeah,
highlight.
dude. It's like a big giant sock. Awesome.
Yeah, it does look kind of
Well,
cool actually.
well, good luck to you guys in that, man.
Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. I hear that was Jalen Green's backup sport is highlight. So what I was saying, Dan, about the Diamondbacks
Oh,
is
yes.
we really need these pitchers. to keep end round into form because we are only 3 games out of a wild card spot halfway through the season. Even though that's a little disappointing, it still means there's hope, which leads me to my next question. Are we buyers or sellers?
We're sellers.
I'm not going to disagree with you there. I think
I
that's the
think,
smart thing to do, considering the situation with the
yeah.
pitching staff right now, dude. Like,
Look,
yeah,
beginning of the season, this team a lot like this wasn't just Arizona fans, right? It's not just D-backs fans. There was a great contingent. I mean, hey, I mentioned baseball's dead earlier. Jared Carrabis, he picked the Diamondbacks to play the Red Sox in the World Series. He's a Red Sox fan, so and I feel like both of those. It's funny because like both those teams that he picked are kind of in the same situation right now. So it's like hilarious. Um, but the Diamondbacks were looked at looked at as World Series contenders, right? Especially after Corbin Burns
yeah,
signing. Um, this team is not winning the World Series. Like this is not the 23 team. It's not. The 23 team had Zach Gallen, had Merrill Kelly. The pitching staff was pitching ridiculous. They somehow fucking uh, duct taped together a bullpen that year. They had the fucking and Paul Sewald finally the pumpkin the carrot turned into a pumpkin in the World Series when he blew that lead in game one. I feel like that was the downfall of the D-backs. Like they win that game. I feel like it's a different story. But right. But um long-winded, sorry guys. But this team I say they need to sell, not so much because of the situation they're in as far as where they're at in the standings, but one, this team is not winning or making the World Series, right? Also, baseball is not like basketball where if you take one of your best players out, the season's over and you can tank, right? If your best player tears their ACL, baseball's enough of a team sport where you can figure it out and some guys can get hot and they can step up and make a run. Um, and I say that because I don't think Ken Kendrick is going to be chomping at the bit to give Geno Suarez $100 million next offseason.
right, right,
It's just not. Not just because of what's happened with the you know free agent signings in the recent past, Madison Bumgarner, Corbin Carroll, all these guys, and it's just like if you're not going to pay Geno Suarez 100 million after the season, it would be it would be franchise malpractice not to trade him before the trade deadline.
right, right,
It
right.
just it just wouldn't because you could get you get a lot for Gino, man. Gino, he's an MVP caliber player. You plug him into a contender that actually has a decent chance of winning the World Series, that might put them over the top, right? And what's great about that is guess what? Now you call up Jordan Lawler. Now he's your everyday third baseman, and he gets to take
Right.
his lumps.
Get him some
Not
consistency.
Not this bullshit about we're gonna play him every third or fourth day. No, you play him every fucking day. Let him take his lumps. If he goes 0 for 25, he goes 0 for 25, and you let him figure it out. And
Yep.
that's a positive, right? And then guess what? What if he catches fire? What if he realizes his potential, right? What if he's 2011 Paul Goldschmidt, and maybe you do go to the playoffs? Maybe you do go to the fucking wild card round and you win a round and then we'll see what happens, right? But guess
Yeah.
what? At the same time, you just replenish your farm system that's bottom 5 in the major
We can
leagues
go.
right now.
We can go.
Because
You hit.
that farm system, and you know what? We talk about the pitching, dude. When was the last time the Diamondbacks? Oh shit. Sorry.
He's
Don't
back.
pound
He's back.
don't pound the table too hard. When was the last time the Diamondbacks had a fucking blue chip prospect? When was the
Yeah.
dime when did they have a fucking Mizorowski that the fucking Brewers have? Or who's the other guy that's in Cincinnati? Fucking Burns, right?
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah, yeah,
Burns
yeah.
kid.
Chase Burns, is that
Chase,
right?
Chase Burns. I mean, he got
Yeah,
shelled by the Red Sox, but whatever. When did
but
they have
still,
one of those prospects? Right? Archie Bradley was supposed to be that, and he was a average closer for a couple seasons,
yeah.
right? I think the
Yeah,
last guy they actually had that
great beard.
actually turned into something, a great beard, actually turned into something was probably Brandon Webb. And he wasn't actually regarded as like one of those top
Yeah, he
prospects,
was a
right?
later pick. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
he was
when
Brandon wasn't Brandon.
he was
Go
like
ahead.
17th round, if I'm not mistaken. Him or
Yeah,
Goldie
I
were
was
like
gonna say he
17th
was
round.
Goldie was definitely late.
Goldie was
Brandon Webb was
16th, I
dude
believe.
eighth round. Brandon Webb,
Eighth round.
249th overall.
Hey, look up Goldie. I think Goldie was 16th, if I'm right on that.
Um, oh, also the eighth round.
Huh. Well, add them together. Would have been 16.
He, that's exactly what you were thinking. I always enjoy like looking at where they got drafted like
Oh, dude,
previously too,
I love looking at that shit.
because Goldschmidt was Goldie was drafted by the Dodgers 49th round of the '06 draft,
Those sons of bitches.
and then again Diamondbacks eighth round in the 2009 draft. But you think back. I mean, well, let's think about some of our recent like right first round guys. Well, Corbin Carroll was a first
Right.
round.
I'm talking more pitchers. I'm talking
Yeah.
pitchers. Starting
Um,
pitching. We haven't had a blue chip prospect in starting pitching
I
in
don't
a
think we ever
long
have.
fucking time ever. Archie was supposed to be that, and he was again. He was a really. He turned into
He
be
never
a.
started, right? Yeah, he
He was.
never started
No, he
the
did.
majors.
No, he did. Remember when?
Did
Remember
he
when he took
start?
a
Did he
fucking.
start?
Yeah. You remember when he took the line drive off his head, and he wasn't the same
Oh
after that?
shit! Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he took a line drive off, wasn't the same, became a closer, and yeah, that shit was crazy. I remember his face. He posted like a picture on Twitter of his face, and it was pretty disturbing. But yeah, I can't remember the
Oh, how
last
about
time.
bro? Max Scherzer.
Yeah, but he didn't fucking pitch for us, dude. Great. He was great elsewhere. We got well, dude, fucking
What?
how many of those guys you want to fucking dude, we got a whole line of fucking guys that do that.
But
You want
at least
look up look up
but we drafted him. Is more my point, right?
yeah,
Like,
we draft yeah, yeah,
but
okay.
who else do like what? Jared Parker, right? Wasn't he supposed to be good?
Oh, dude, he was dude, do you know what I remember about Jared Parker? There was
Was
a
he was was he the one that did long toss, or is that Bauer?
that was Bauer. Yeah,
Okay.
why the fuck isn't Trevor Bauer on oh fuck, dude. They had him too. They had him too. Remember that. They also had him. And he went and did and won a Cy Young elsewhere, unfortunately, with the Dodgers. Um what were we talking about? Long toss. What was I talking about before that?
Like the blue chip pitching prospect for the Diamondbacks. Like if
Yeah,
when we've ever really even had one.
they never I don't think they ever have. Archie was supposed to be one. And I was kind of like doing a little bit of a deep dive a little bit. Not deep dive really, because I feel like most people know this. But the D-backs minor league system is in the PCL, the Pacific Coast League, which isn't pitcher friendly. It's kind of
Nope.
like it's kind of like you know Coors Field for minor leaguers.
Yeah.
So offensive numbers are obviously inflated, pitching numbers are obviously inflated. So that's why sometimes you'll see somebody come up with a 4 ERA starting from the PCL, right? Because you got to you got to adjust for that. But even then, like there's other teams in the PCL and they all have these prospects that are just coming. Like, when are we going to get a guy that comes in and throws 101 throughout the game? Oh, with what?
It was Max Scherzer. I'm just
What?
gonna keep going back to him. He's the only one we've ever. I'm actually looking at Diamondbacks. You want to just roll through the Diamondbacks
Yeah,
first
let's
round
hear it.
draft picks that were pitchers?
Oh,
All
please,
right.
please.
Okay. Hey, our very first round pick, Nick Beerbrot, left-handed pitcher out of Millikan High School in Long Beach,
Oof.
California. You remember him?
I
Me neither.
I actually do.
I actually do remember the
Yeah,
name,
I
but
remember
like
that. I
I don't
remember that fucking
I
name.
I don't really remember
I don't
seeing
think he
him
pitched very
pitching.
well for us.
Right. Okay, you ready? Here's the name you'll remember. And let's see. Well, let's see if you do, and let's see if you remember him for
Casey,
the same
hold
reason
on.
I. Yep.
I know who you're talking about. Casey Daigle?
Yes, sir. And why do you remember him?
Because he was married to Jenny Finch.
Yes, sir. Okay. So he was our next pitcher we drafted in the first round. 2001, Jason Bolger, right-handed pitcher out of Valdosta State University. Huh.
Wow. Jason Bolger, I believe, pitched in the bullpen for us for like a couple seasons and was not very good.
I feel like it's rare that I see a university that I can say I have literally never heard of. Valdosta State. I have never heard of that. Okay, then it was a while. We didn't pick another first pitcher in the first round until 2005. Matt Tora.
Oh, that was not a good one. I remember that one.
I don't remember him at all.
Dude, okay,
2006.
so secret time when I was in high school, I was obsessed with baseball prospectus. Because I played high school ball and I was into all that shit, minor
Yeah,
leagues, and I remember all these fucking names, dude. Now I'm not so much. Like I don't give a fuck. Like if they're gonna play for the majors, great, but I'm not gonna go that deep. But
I got you.
just
Should we continue?
continue. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, 2006. We've talked
Max
about him
Scherzer.
already. Yes,
Yep,
sir.
that was Max Scherzer.
2006 also. Scherzer went
Oh,
11th, supplemental 34th. Brooks
so hold on.
Brown.
Who? Ian?
Brooks Brown out of the University of Georgia.
Sounds like a made up name. It sounds like a football player name. It's like Brooks Brown, Georgia, defensive end.
Dude, this dude, I think never, holy shit, never made it to the majors.
Poor bastard.
Diamondbacks drafted him. 3 years later, he was traded to the Tigers for James Skelton. Then he signed a minor league deal in 2012 with the Pirates. 2013 signed a minor league deal with the Rockies. 2015 signed a minor league. Oh, it was claimed off waivers by. Oh, never mind. 2015, 36 appearances out of the bullpen for the Rockies. Good for you, Brooks Brown. 2007. Oh, now we're on a roll, just picking pitchers all the time. 2007, Jared Parker.
Oh,
2007.
that's what I hold
I,
on. That's what I wanted to tell you. Do you know what I remember about Jared Parker? Let me see if you remember this. When Kevin Towers was the GM of the D-backs, okay. The fuck up, dude. I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah, see yourself out, boy. God damn it. Fucking Australians. I'm just kidding, buddy. Love you. Um, God, I don't remember when it was, but I went to both of these games. It was a day-night doubleheader at Chase Field, which they don't happen often, and this one was planned.
okay.
And the starting pitchers in both those games were Jared Parker and Tyler Skaggs. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
And I remember those were like the top two pitching prospects for the
Yeah.
D-backs.
Skaggs was a
And
stud, too.
dude, fuck, Skaggs was so good. But he could never figure it out, right? Because they never fucking can with the D-backs. Jared Parker, I think he had Tommy John twice. So like he just kind of didn't really um
Boyd's staying. He just wants us to
I'm not fucking leaving. But yeah, all right, next.
Next. No. Okay. I do, dude. There's like if you say you remember this guy, I'm gonna say you're lying because there's no way. I don't know. Wes Romer.
Nope, no idea.
He doesn't even like his name on Wikipedia is not even like clickable.
It sounds like
It's
it
not
sounds
good.
like a made up name, dude. This is what I'm saying. This
Wes
is crazy.
Roemer. All right, let's see here. Oh, I remember this one.
Hey, remember when the D-backs got both Patrick Corbin and Tyler Skaggs in the same trade?
Yes. Who'd we trade
Could
for
you?
them?
I don't remember. That's what I was just gonna ask you. It was a big name. They went to the Angels.
Was it? Whoa, dude. Who or no? Did he come from the Angels? Who's the fucking dude that? Uh, no. Oh no, never mind. Okay, this name's popping in my head. I have no idea if he ever fucking played for. I think he did. Mark Trumbo just popped in my head.
Was that for Mark? I don't think that was a trade for Mark Trumbo. They traded for Mark Trumbo.
Right, that's why. But I think the Angels thing is just what made it pop in my head because he
Yeah,
played for
yeah.
the Angels, right? Okay.
Yeah, I remember because I drafted him number one overall in my fantasy draft that year, and he fucked me over because he hit like 5 home runs. It was a terrible fucking trade.
Hold on. Okay, Tyler Skaggs, D-back trade. Oh, Dan Heron.
That's who it fucking was, dude.
We sent
Dan
Dan
Heron.
Heron to the Angels for Joe Saunders, Patrick Corbin, Rafael Rodriguez, and Tyler Skaggs.
Travis Skaggs.
Like you
Patrick
said.
Corbin, dude. Patrick Corbin was one of my favorite pitchers with the D-backs, man. I'll
Yeah,
always remember
me
that
too.
dude.
I love that dude. But
Solid dude. Solid
still
fucking dude.
doing his thing.
Yeah, he was like one of the
Uh,
worst pitchers in baseball last year, and then this year he's been kind of okay.
Good enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, 2008. Let's see here. Let's see if you can remember this one from U of A. Dad
Scott
played
King
football.
Scott Kingery?
No, that's good.
Fuck.
That's a good guess though. Daniel
Oh,
Schlereth.
oh shit. Played for the
Yeah.
D-backs.
Yeah.
Didn't
Another guy that I'm pretty sure was
one
only a
great.
reliever.
One great was only a left-hand reliever, pitched a handful of games, wasn't that good, and they got traded to the Tigers. I don't
2000.
remember
Yes,
for
I remember the Tigers. Yeah, I don't remember who either.
who was that
2008.
for?
Wade Miley, not the trade, but 2008 we drafted Wade Miley.
Oh, he was okay. He also, hey, did you see that fucking? Oh, dude, that's so dark. Did you see that report that he was actually the one
Oh,
that gave Skaggs fucking
yeah,
perks?
dude. Yeah,
Ah, dude, that's awful.
yeah.
Fuck, that's terrible. Don't do drugs,
So,
guys.
nah, don't do drugs, especially those drugs. So
Yeah,
you
it's
want?
terrible.
Speaking of, well, that sounds. I was gonna say speaking of terrible, but it'd be really bad to compare like that to
Yeah,
anything
yeah,
baseball wise.
fair.
But okay, so that trade when we sent Schlereth to Detroit, it was him and Max Scherzer to Detroit for
Curtis,
Ian
hold
Kennedy.
on. Robbie Ray?
No.
No, that was later. Ian Kennedy?
Yep.
I don't know.
Edwin
Encarnato?
Jackson,
No, Edwin Jackson. Edwin
who
Jackson
threw a no hitter
threw a
for
no
us.
hitter with 7 fucking
That's
watts.
right, dude. That's right. That's
Jesus
right.
Christ, dude.
And
Dude,
his
if
arm
he
did he? How did his arm not fall off?
dude, I think he threw 157 pitches. Wait, what do
Um,
you say?
Boyd wants to know if you watch Grey's Anatomy. He says neither does he. Okay. Hey, hold on. We're getting
Okay.
distracted from our distraction. So where is it? Wade Miley. I already said him. Here's just I'm just gonna put this name out there to put it out there. AJ Pollock. Um,
Oh, AJ Pollock was great until he wasn't.
yeah. 2009. Michael Belfour.
Like Balfour
2000,
never made the majors.
2010. Here's a guy that was an interesting name. I remember this one. Barrett Lou. Locks Lou. If I'm not mistaken, he's the guy that we drafted and never signed him.
Oh, maybe that's why I
Either
don't
that or
remember him.
he was like injured and was unsignable.
Huh. Okay. Continue.
Uh, yeah, he failed his physical with the Diamondbacks, so we didn't
Hey,
offer him a contract.
did
So
we
cool.
did we skip over Justin Upton?
Yeah, we're just doing pitchers, right?
Oh, that's right. That's right. My bad.
Yeah. So yes, we did, but that was 2005. I remember watching him in spring training when I was in law school at U of A. Actually, that's
I
the end of my
remember. I
story
remember.
because that's
I
a,
remember when I remember when he was drafted. I found out while I was at baseball practice in high school.
oh, it's interesting. Oh, God, I'm old. So, okay, I'm just gonna roll through these quickly because this is taking
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
We've
It's
actually
taking
drafted
forever.
quite a few. They're just not really great. Okay, so we were at. So actually, now we're getting some good names: Trevor Bauer, Archie Bradley, back to back.
Wait,
Or same year. Same year.
Trevor. Also, Trevor Bauer, whom you could not fucking get to work. You couldn't make work. he butted heads with Miguel Montero because Miguel Montero thought he was Mr. D-back, and he didn't like his fucking warm-up routine, and it was
Right.
don't get me fucking started on that shit, dude. Next, because
That's kind of
he
crazy.
went,
We
wasn't that,
picked him in this third and seventh. Trevor Bauer, Archie
yeah,
Bradley.
right. And then wasn't that the same year that was Garrett Cole, right? Because didn't
Uh,
Garrett Cole and Bauer go like back to back?
yeah. Garrett Cole was first, then Danny
Oh,
Holtzman, then Trevor
oof.
Bauer.
Who drafted that poor bastard?
The Mariners.
Oh, fuck. No wonder they fucking can't hit.
God damn. But listen to this. Listen to this top 10, top 11 of this draft. Garrett Cole, that Holtzman guy, Trevor Bauer, Dylan Bundy, Bubba Starling, Anthony Rendon, Archie Bradley, Francisco Lindor, Javi Baez, Corey Spangenberg, George
Yeah.
Springer.
George Springer.
And dude, look,
Solid.
first round, a number of other Jose Fernandez All Star, CJ Cron All Star,
Rest in
Sonny Gray All
peace.
Star. Who?
Damn. Jose Fernandez.
Oh, is he the one? Was he the boat?
The boat. Yeah. Dude, that hey, also when he died, bro, that fucked me up. He was my favorite pitcher, dude. Loved
Oh,
that guy.
really?
Oh, dude. I remember there was before he passed, actually, before that season, there were rumors that the D-backs were going to trade Archie Bradley, AJ Pollock, and some other prospects for Jose Fernandez, because obviously the
Yeah.
Marlins are they're just a AAA team for the rest of the majors.
Yeah.
And the D-backs didn't want to pull the trigger because somebody was going to be involved that didn't want to be involved. And then literally like I want to say like a month later he passed. I was like, fuck, dude, that's sad.
That's crazy.
Great fucking pitcher,
Okay.
dude. Shit, he was so good.
So moving on, not to be
Mhm. Yeah, no, no, that's a
disrespectful.
B. Yeah.
Braden Shipley, Tuki Toussaint.
Oh, dude, Braden Shipley. Fuck. I was up. Don't even start again. I had so much hope for him and he sucked cock.
Yeah. And then
Tuki Toussaint, they traded. Do you remember
he never,
the Tuki Toussaint story? They traded him to the Braves to dump somebody. He was a salary dump.
dude, it was what's his name? It was, oh my God. Um,
What do you play? What do you play? What position?
dude, pitcher. Was it? Hold on. I need to verify this because I think I know
Yeah,
who it is,
you
but I
need
want to
to.
say it before I. Oh, never mind. That's not who I was thinking. Bronson Arroyo. He was
Hey.
traded to the Braves with Bronson Arroyo for Phil Gosselin.
Yeah, that's right. The utility man. I remember that shit. Because that was off the heels of them trading fucking Dansby Swanson and Ender Inciarte for fucking Shelby Miller. Remember that shit? Remember
That's
that
right.
disaster?
That's see. I was going to say Shelby Miller because I was thinking of that trade,
Fuck, dude.
and that was the Braves too. What the fuck? Okay. So
And
it
now
took
he's
a long
blowing
time.
saves for us, so fucking comes full circle, huh?
Yay. Uh, we took a little while there. So that was 2014. They didn't draft a pitcher in the first round again until 2019. Blake Watson, Walston, excuse
Oh,
me.
he's okay. He is killing it in the minors. I
Okay.
will give him that. He's killing the minors. I think he came up last year for a start, but I don't think he was quite ready.
Um, yeah, he was added to the 40-man roster. Option play. See, 7 games, 2 starts last season.
Not great
Oh,
numbers, right?
hey, guess who had Tommy John surgery in March?
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Blake Walston. Yes, he did.
Are you
So
fucking kidding me?
I am not fucking kidding you. He had Tommy
Oh
John surgery.
my god. Dude, I
After
might
that, we
fucking have to have Tommy John surgery.
just to, let's see what it's like.
Jesus Christ, dude.
After that, Dan, Bryce Jarvis.
Oh, that was dude. He's gonna be like a if he's at best
Yep.
case scenario, he's gonna be a solid bullpen guy. That sucks.
Yeah. And then our most recent and the most recent first round draft pick that is a starting or that is a pitcher for the Diamondbacks, Landon Sims.
So we got
So that was
nobody.
so that was a lot. That was a lot of we went through a lot of names right there for nothing.
That was what
Uh
20 years of a whole lot of nothing.
Bye Boyd,
Not
love you. Yeah, that was 20 years of us trading away guys that went on to be great
yeah, not one fucking pitcher.
and keeping the dudes that all
Not
sucked.
one, dude. The last one was Brandon Webb, and I still remember opening day when he came in and he got fucking shelled because I was at that game as a kid. I wasn't a kid; I was older, but he came in. Yeah, didn't. I don't think he got out of the first inning. He gave up like 6 runs, never
Yeah.
pitched again. Crazy, dude. And that was the last like
Oh, yeah,
homegrown
I remember that.
pitcher.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
That was
Yeah,
rough.
at
It
least
was rough.
at least he's still
Cy
doing
Young
Diamondback
Award winner.
games and
Oh yeah,
like
dude, he was a great Diamondback. Don't get me wrong, dude. Brandon Webb
weird
when he in his
commercials now.
yeah in his prime, Brandon Webb was fucking nasty, dude. That sinker was
He
sick.
was, he was, and he was
But
always kind of he always had just like, he was like such a fucking like country boy too, like
yeah,
right,
dude, I love that
like
shit.
he's
Like, yeah,
what
dude,
Kentucky or wherever he's from, and like
Kentucky.
it's like
He's from
the
Kentucky.
quintessential you can take the kid out of Kentucky, but you can take Kentucky out of the kid type guy,
Yeah, dude.
right?
Dude,
Like
he was like swag wise, the most swagless pitcher you could ever fucking like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
no swag.
exactly. Like swag free, swag free.
Damn,
Made
dude.
like
But just no fucking like what's going on? What we can't get
okay.
one guy in the last 20 years? One fucking guy?
So so this all started with are we going to be buyers or sellers? So we're going to be
Jesus.
sellers.
Sorry, guys.
But
Yeah.
I like your thought process though of look, we have this luxury of Gino Suarez being a very valuable guy to really us as a team that is still hoping to compete, but also to any other contender out there. But we also have the luxury of having Jordan Lawler sitting down there just waiting in the wings, right?
Hmm.
So
Yep.
look, ultimately, like you said, man, if Gino's not long term playing, which he can't be, he's 33. Like, we're not going to give him a contract and
Right.
keep Lawler in the as long. We also just
It-
drafted Tommy Troy as a shortstop. Like, we got
yeah, dude.
like a backup of infielders that
A
we have
plethora.
a plethora. So yeah, man, if we can restock our farm system and by trading Gino, like you say, honestly, that doesn't even mean we're giving up on the season. Like that's like a sell
Right.
move, yeah, but also not a full sell because it's not like we're putting in somebody who's also not going to be on the team next year to fill Gino's spot. And we're
Yeah,
putting somebody in there who we're expecting to be a long-term solution at the spot.
exactly. And
So it
listen,
makes
like
sense.
Listen, Gino's a huge part of this offense. That's not what I'm saying. But
It's
let's be
logic.
real. And
Yeah.
offense isn't the issue with this team. The pitching is this is a bottom five team in the league in pitching overall. Like it's terrible. We're awful.
We've blown 17 saves, I think I
That's
saw this season, right?
insane, dude. Could you imagine
Yeah.
if we didn't blow half of those? We'd be up
Yeah.
there with the Dodgers contending, dude, like for the
Yeah.
division. Maybe
Yeah.
not that high, but you know what I mean. Like we wouldn't be here. Like it's fucking ridiculous, dude. Like the thing is, like
I mean,
it's
think about it. 7 more wins means like that's a 14
exactly.
game change
You're
in the
you're you're a
standing.
you're a what? You're a 15 14 game above 500 team after tonight. Crazy, dude. It's insane. And like that's the thing. Like Gino, don't get me wrong, dude. Gino, fan favorite, love the dude. I love how happy he seems to always be, even when he's struggling. Like he doesn't wear that shit on his fucking sleeve, right? And he's infectious. Like he hit his he got his fucking 900th RBI. What was that they celebrated? No, it's home run, right? His 300th
His
home run.
300th home run. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fuck. I love watching videos like that, dude. It's cool, but like at the end of the day, man, like guess what? Um, Gino's not gonna be here in 5 years. He's just not. He's not gonna be
Yeah.
here in 2 years. They're not gonna pay him $100 million. You got to let a team like the Mets or the Yankees or the fucking Dodgers or these big money teams pay him that. Because guess what? If they pay him that and it doesn't work out, they're probably okay. If you pay him
Right.
that and it doesn't work out, you're fucked, dude. Like, look at
Right.
his money, Tomas. Look at fucking Zach Greinke. Hell, man, I'm scared of what this Corbin Burns contract is going to look like. Even though they kind of, I think they have an opt out after year 2 or year 3. I don't know, something like that. But it's concerning to me that we haven't had any fucking like. Yes, we have the fucking Corbin Carrolls, we have the fucking Geraldo Perdomos, um, Jordan Lawler's down in the minors. Jake McCarthy, I know he's struggled to be in the year, he's turning it on, but
I
like
I I
they've
wish he
done
could get more
well.
opportunities.
Yeah, they've
It's a
done
dude that
they've
I wish
done they've done very
position
well
players.
position player wise, right? Their core is pretty fucking solid, dude. Like they got guys. Their pitching though, like at the very least, you should have ran into some bullpen guys that you developed. Like, how do you not even have that? All right, you got Justin
Right.
Martinez. He's out for the year. Like you can't hang your head on that anymore. Saul Frank has gambling problems, don't we all? So
He's not
he's working his
allowed
way
to though.
back. Right, yeah, true.
Uh,
But also like Backus has been, pretty solid. So I'll give him that, but it's frustrating, man. So like, hey, like if you want Gino Suarez, whatever fucking contending team, guess what? You're gonna give me your best pitching prospect and they have to be in the top 100. You're not giving me fucking
yeah,
bullshit, fucking single A. This guy might turn into something solid he might turn into like a 3 or 4, you know, spot rotation player. Like I need somebody that's gonna be like, hey, this dude's fucking legit.
yeah, yeah. No, and look, if you take those, what did I say, 17 blown saves and make it 10 blown saves, we're first in the wild card.
That's
So
insane.
yeah,
That's
I mean
so
there's that.
frustrating.
Dan, anything else because we're like an hour and 10 minutes. We should
Yeah, dude,
probably wrap up
we
sometime
probably should.
soon. You want to talk about this guy before we leave?
Dude, this guy's a fucking beast, man. God,
It's
I love this guy.
Ketel Marte. In case you're
Cattell
not watching.
Marte, dude.
Oh wait, you
Cattell
have to be
Marte.
watching because we still don't have a
We
feed for
still
this
don't
one.
have a feed. Yeah, yeah. Well, we're gonna figure that out. This is only episode 2, man. Hey, listen. A lot of shows get a lot of
Took us,
audio up before they even get one video episode up. So I think we're ahead of the curve, bub.
hey, it took Fan of the Flames 9 years to get a video, so
Fuck it.
we're
Right?
well ahead of the curve.
Yeah, let's talk about Cattell, man. Obviously the bullshit in Chicago with the
Chicago,
fan.
goodness.
That really upset me. And I hope I'm not speaking out of turn. You and I are both members of the Dead Mom Club, unfortunately,
We are.
as well as Cattell. And
Yeah,
I
dude,
know
I would
if,
fucking murder somebody. Like
oh
some random
man,
asshole like yelled at me. Like imagine I fucking walk into like court and somebody's like, "Hey,
oof.
dude, I remember your mom died." I'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like Jesus, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Like
how'd your mom died, you fucking pussy? Like, dude,
people are fucking idiots, dude.
I might gouge somebody's eyes out, dude. Like it's crazy. So, um, you know, look, you can go back and forth. You can debate should that fan have been banned for life. He's a young kid. People do dumb shit when they're young. I mean, I would have changed it to indefinitely,
Yeah.
right? Let
Here's the
let let the
fucking
kid learn his
problem, dude.
lesson.
You yelled it when there were like 6 people at the fucking stadium. That's the problem,
That
man.
too. And then
Like,
his douchebag girlfriend, when Tori's yelling and calling him a dumb fuck, was like, "Oh no, it's okay." Like,
oh,
Jesus, man. Like,
the lack of self-awareness, right?
yeah. Like, where are your parents? That's what I want to talk to the parents. That's what I want to talk to. Anytime a fucking kid does something stupid, dude, I'm like, I want to talk to your
Oh,
parents. I don't even want to talk
oh,
to you.
believe me,
Let me
you
talk
sound
to your
like
parents.
you sound like me sitting on a youth soccer sideline. Just like
Fuck
kids'
you.
parents, I tell you, you know what? You want to hear the biggest red flag when I'm at a soccer game these days? Kid wearing number 77.
Oh,
Yeah, terrible parents right there. Guaranteed terrible parents. I should probably make sure that there's not a 77 on our team this year. Not that they would listen to Diamond Talk, so it'd be okay probably.
Time and talk. We're gonna be taken down soon anyway. We're gonna cease and desist because we're using the name.
What if Bloom calls me up? He's like, dude, by the way, so 98.7 told me to talk to you about this. I'm like, ah, damn it. I told Bloom to tell me, son of a bitch.
Like, dude, damn, we must be making such an impression 2 episodes in, dude. Fuck. What do you think about Cattell, man? I fucking love Cattell. God damn, that guy's so good. Also, bravo, Mike Hazen. Do you remember what we gave up for him? Because it was not a lot.
It was, I feel like I actually do vaguely remember this. Mitch Haniger. Wasn't he involved in that trade?
Yes, he was.
Wasn't it also it was an infielder, wasn't it?
Infielder, Latin America, led the league in hitting once. The year before he got traded.
Yeah, that's why
it
seems almost kind of crazy that we were then trading him. Oh God. Give me a hint.
Gene the Hit Machine.
It did not help me at all. Just tell me.
Gene Segura.
There it is. That's right, Gene Segura. You know, it's funny because when you said Gene, I was thinking Gene with like a G because I'm thinking like Gino. So I'm like Gene, like Gene. I'm like, Anyway.
Also, happy retirement. He actually retired this year.
No.
I want to say like last month, not that long ago. I was listening to a podcast and I heard about it. But yeah,
that's right.
It was Gene Segura for Cattell Marte. It was Gene Segura, Mitch Haniger.
And didn't Mitch Haniger like hit like fucking like 45 home runs next year too? So it was like, whoop.
And then fucked that up.
And it turned out he was like just like Mark Reynolds and just like hit a bunch of home runs. And
was that the Taiwan Walker trade too? Taiwan Walker came back in that.
I think you might be right about that. Yeah, I think you might be right.
You might want to because we're either talking about the same trade or two different trades.
Or it's like 8 different trades.
Whatever Mike Hazen masterclass.
You ready? This is interesting actually. December 18th, 2021. Mariners trade. Who won the Mitch Haniger Cattell Marte trade? What do you think? So Do Mojo has the fuck is that? Has to say about that? Okay, trade was Seattle gets Mitch Haniger, Gene Segura, and Zach Curtis. And yes, D-backs got
Taiwan Walker.
Taiwan Walker. I want to call it Taijuan.
Taiwan Walker started a playoff
Bobby
game
Bonilla? Bobby Bonilla? And Cattell Marte. So who won that's a question? I guess in 2021 maybe it was a question still.
Well, I think that was right after Mitch. I think Mitch Haniger was killing it for like a while. Like he was like an MVP candidate at one point. So people were like, fuck.
The Mariners are clearly winners in this deal because they got really good production from Segura and Haniger and could continue to get more for Haniger.
Well,
it's 2021.
It's 2021. The Suns were good. They went to the finals.
God damn, this article might have been like, maybe this article was published when I was sitting at the airport waiting for the Suns to come back from LA.
It might have been because Cattell, that was what, 2017, right? When he got traded? When did he get traded here?
Yeah, it would have been around then, 2017 or so, because his rookie year is 2015, Seattle.
Yeah, 2017, because he was already on the team that went to that won that wild card game, right? Because it was. You know why? Because I remember game 1 of the Dodger series when they got swept by the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Torrey started Taiwan Walker instead of Patrick Corbin.
That's right.
And then the next season, he actually gave Patrick Corbin the nod on opening day because of that. He's like, I fucked up. He should have pitched in the playoffs, and that's like one of my biggest regrets as a manager. That's why I gave him a start on opening day.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't know why I remember stupid shit like this.
It's cute. It's good. It means that it sticks with you. Yeah. This article is confusing me because they're like, the Mariners clearly won this trade, and I continue to scroll down, and they're like, 2019 after trade, yes, was a huge year for Marte. He made the All-Star team and finished 4th in MVP voting. He slashed 329, 389, 592. That's an incredible slash line. I'm like, you should say you guys won the fucking trade. You're like, oh, but he's an MVP candidate. Anyway, shut up, Seattle. We won the trade. Thanks for Ketel Marte. I love Ketel Marte. The dude's like, well, he's one of those guys that I hope is just a Diamondback forever, right?
I mean,
He
they just. I mean, honestly, dude, like you say that, and I agree, but it might happen. They just extended him, right? I think it takes him through his age 37 season. Like he's a D-back, dude. Like he's not going anywhere. Like I can't see them
yeah
trading him. Um, like when the whole thing happened in Chicago, like I love Tory sticking up for him. Like I think I even like was like, yeah, he can stay. I'm sorry if you're gonna call a fucking fan a dumb fuck, defend your player
multiple times.
multiple
Hey,
times.
dumb
Shut
fuck,
the
you
you dumb
dumb
fuck.
dumb fuck. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah, dude. I
oh,
like
dude,
yeah, sign me
I'll
up.
like run through a wall for that guy. Yeah, but
Yeah,
no, you're right. We got it. He has his age 37 season is a player option for
which
11.5 million. You
what?
got one of those. Well, because it's like, okay, it goes
Oh, the
this year
de-escalator.
14, 15. This is interesting. 14, 15. Yeah, well, this is probably the extension part. 14, 15, 12, 20, 22, 22, 11, 5. That's, yeah, that's total pay.
That's insane, bro.
That's really
Do you know?
cheap.
Do you know how cheap Catella Marte has been?
Yeah,
Do you
dude,
remember
that's,
that first contract that he signed? That was like he was making like 8 mil a year, and he had to sign it because it was right after his mom passed, and he was like trying to take care of his family. Do you remember that one?
oh, what year would that be? I'm looking.
Wow, I
Yeah,
want to
no,
say
okay, here you go.
20.
Yeah, yeah, 20. Well, yeah, so he signed 2018. Well, these would all be. It looks like he, arbitration. Oh no, bypassed. But anyway, he has been cheap. Dude, his annual salary since he moved the Diamondbacks, 500,000, 3 million, 2 million, 1, 5, 6, 8, 14, 13, 14, and now he's into these current seasons. So he's only made but $62 million over his career, which for
I
a player like
um
that seems crazy low,
I
right?
almost feel bad, dude. I almost feel bad. He didn't get his.
Yeah,
You know why I feel bad? I don't. Again, he's made a lot of fucking money, dude. But like some of these guys that have gotten their giant paid. Xander Bogarts signed like a 12-year contract,
yeah,
300 and something million, and he's hitting
yeah,
what, like fucking 210 with like five
yeah,
homers. Like,
yeah. The
damn, dude,
dude's
that
garbage.
sucks.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, man. Look, man. Like, and you look at a guy like that though too. Like, okay, well, he got a 6 year extension, 6 year contract, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe you take a little bit of a cut in amount you can make, but that's security.
Yeah, and
Like,
you know what? And I think that's what he said. I think that's when they asked him about that first contract, they were like, dude, my mom had just passed, I had family I had to take care of. Like
yeah,
I had no, not that he had no choice, but it was more like a, hey, like like I wasn't worried about how much money I was gonna make. I was worried about how I was gonna take care of my family,
well, and
which
he
is
was still
great.
under control, like,
Right, exactly.
right?
So
So,
you buy those arbitration years out,
yeah,
right? Because those are you're not gonna make that much money unless you have a killer fucking year. So like he's like, hey,
yeah.
that's security. That's security. It's just like it. I don't know. It just kind of bums me out, I guess, because it's like he didn't get that big payday, and but also he doesn't. Like you hear about like the Devers situation, like these players that are just kind of just like barking and like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
Cattell, I feel like Cattell doesn't go fuck. Cattell's like, hey
yeah,
man, like I got plenty of fucking money. Like I'm good.
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
drive my purple fucking Lamborghini. I'll drive my fucking, my kids are taken care of, my family's taken care of. I got my fucking house in the DR, I got my houses here. Like
yeah. What
he
else?
could just be a very simple man,
Yeah. Look, man,
which we
like
all
it's
wish we
one.
could be one day.
I think you kind of look at it from, yeah. I wish I could be. I could be simple enough to live off $62 million over a 10-year period.
Fuck,
I could
dude.
do
Yeah.
that.
Fuck yeah, dude. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
I think that's where you kind of we as fans and normal people lose vision of that like maybe like these dudes make so much money, but maybe not every one of them feels the need that they to have all of it and to get
Yeah.
as much as they possibly can. And Ketel Marte sits here and goes, I love my organization. I love the city that I play in. I love like clearly love like him and Torrey are beyond close, right? Because
Yeah,
they've
like
been together
that
so
was
long.
cool. That was really cool to learn. I didn't know they were. I knew they were close. I didn't know they were like
But
they had
that
like
tight,
a
yeah, like
father son
father,
relationship.
yeah,
That's super. That's so cool.
yeah,
Because
yeah. So
Cattell never had a dad, so like
right,
that's really fucking cool. And like
right,
honestly, man, like it is what it is, and like the contract situation is what it is, and like he just it's funny too because like to me it's like a player with the amount of swag that Cattell has usually is the player that's like like they're the grease, they're the
you
squeaky
expect him
wheel,
to be
right?
like
Like
a
yeah,
Jazz
they're like,
Chisholm
hey
kind of
man,
guy,
yeah, dude, fucking Jazz
right?
Chisholm, Jesus, or like again, Rafi
Or
Devers, like
Rafi Devers, yeah, exactly.
hey,
Like
you put their production up against each other, like one's got a $300 million contract, the other one doesn't, and
right,
one just didn't want to fucking play first base after his fucking teammate blew his knee out because he's not a team player, and the other one is crying on the field because he's
right,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
just love Cattell. I don't know why I don't own a Cattell jersey. Actually, I don't own any jersey now. I had a Goldie jersey, and I don't have a jersey.
I don't have any Diamondbacks jersey. I had a Goldie like shirt jersey,
Jersey,
one of those.
jersey.
Yeah, I've never actually owned a Diamondbacks jersey. I've only had shirt jerseys for jerseys. I believe I had two. It was Goldie and it was, if I remember correctly, I'm quite certain I had a Connor Jackson one.
Bro, okay.
Yeah,
Do you remember Connor Jackson and Carlos Quentin? Do you remember the hype behind those two?
yeah.
Because I fucking
Really,
do.
they had all the eyebrows in the world between those two too.
Right?
Very bushy
Yeah,
eyebrows.
and they were just like okay, middle of the lineup
Yeah.
player, and then we traded Carlos Quentin, and he like led the league in homers the very next
And
fucking
what
year.
it was White Sox he went to, right? He had some good
White
years with the White
Sox,
Sox too,
and then he
right?
played for the Padres. Do you remember when he
That's
broke
right.
Zach Greinke's collarbone?
No,
Yeah,
no.
Zach Greinke fucking drilled him, and he fucking charged the mound, and Zach
And he
Greinke
broke
fucking,
his
bro, dude, look up that clip real quick on
I
fucking YouTube.
I'm on it.
He
Wait.
fucking, dude, Greinke threw his glove down like he was like, I'm fucking ready to go, and then they kind of just like bumped shoulders, and I guess Greinke broke his collarbone.
Shoulders. I think Granky was all socially awkward about it forever.
Yeah, that guy,
What is
solid D back though.
uh,
Are you watching it?
what the that was weird. They
Right?
threw it down. They literally it was like two rams how they butt heads and just like
They just butted shoulders. He's like, "Fuck this! I'm throwing my glove down." He butted shoulders. He's like, that hurt. You win."
oh god. Well, I don't remember that, but I feel like I'm gonna watch this more. Watch Zach Greinke be crazy. All right, dude. Let's
Yeah,
end
let's
this
wrap
episode.
up. We're
Time
we're
to
we're an hour and a
it's time to
half
go to
in, man.
bed. Yeah, I need to sleep.
Yeah, me too. I'm off tomorrow, but yeah.
Any final thoughts? No? I think we've said a lot. Can't possibly have any more thoughts, can you?
We said a lot, man. No final thoughts. Go D-backs. I hope they keep winning. The fucking game. God damn it. We didn't even talk about the fucking game tonight, dude. Jesus. We got Woodford Reserve fucking coming in, fucking pitching in a god damn it. Fuck. Pitching in
Don't
a one-run game. In a one-run game, why are you pitching Woodford Reserve? You got a fucking rested bullpen. Okay, I'm not gonna get going
and
because
and and we went 4-5 in that 9 game
we
span.
didn't even
So
talk
we should
about
go
that,
7-2
Bub.
and no,
Maybe we
it's
should have
okay.
maybe we should have not reviewed the D-backs awful drafts of starting
That took
pitching.
way too long.
Yeah, I did.
You know, it felt nice though. I enjoyed it.
I did too.
And I
This
and I
was
enjoyed
fun.
hanging out with you, Dan.
I did too.
I would say tell the people where they can find you, but I feel like if you're watching this, you probably know where to find us
Yeah, if you're watching
because
this and you don't know where to find us, you're fucking psychopath.
What is good for you?
Jesus.
Like you went down a rabbit hole of all rabbit holes. I feel.
Yeah.
Now you can get yourself out because we'll wrap up this episode of Diamond Talk, and I've got nothing clever to say at the end of Diamond Talk because I don't know what to say at the end of Diamond Talk.
We'll
Besides, I
figure it
love
out,
you.
buddy. And the Steve Snake bit, but it's okay.
It's okay. Everything will be okay. End of stream.